Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So, I have these two cards out because they're the cards that stayed on the desk when I was shuffling everything around. So if you've been with me any length of time, you know that I always take the cards that stay on the desk. Even if I'm like in the middle of a reading and I can't get a card to lift off, I try to read it. I started doing that at some point because it was like, oh, it's a sign. And I don't know in what order we're going to read these cards. We'll see what happens. I feel kind of an interesting energy coming through. So I feel like I got to brace myself for this one. And this deck as well as that deck, they're both from Steph over at House of Sky. So I'm going to link her in the description box below. And if you want, you can pick yourself up one of these fancy decks. Now, if you haven't heard any of the announcements, there is on May 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Addiction Discussion event. And we're going to have a licensed chemical dependency counselor speaking with us for an hour and a half over a Zoom webinar. So it's webinar style. If you don't like showing your face, if you don't want to speak to anybody, you don't have to. Okay, you can't. You can chat. We're going to have the chat open. I do have moderators that will be there, and they'll be dropping some links to some numbers that you can call if you need help, and as well as the link to donate. This is a free event, and I am asking that if you are able to, please donate to him for his time and energy that he's sharing with us out of the goodness of his heart. So there is a link in the description box if you want to book a space to this event. If you book the space, you'll receive the event link. If you receive the event link, please do not share it, because every time you share that link, you're taking a space away from someone who booked through the Buy Me a Coffee. Instead, either send the Buy Me a Coffee link to someone so they can read about it and see if it's what they want to do, or go ahead and book a seat for them. Okay? All right. With that, let's go. Taking a step aside and allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Ooh, very different energy. Okay, well, there's going to be a lot more like energy dynamics, guidance stuff coming through in this. I can feel it because I can feel the energy in my spine. And I'm tapping into something that is it's a bigger, how do we put it? Everything I was going to say is going to minimize guides. It's not like a guide field. It's bigger. It's bigger, higher, and more expansive, more old. Okay. Some of you are working with, like, for example, like wisdom protectors, or like, wow, I don't think everybody's necessarily working one-on-one with this, but this is definitely what's stepping in for this collective. Okay. Let's go. Okay, wow. All of a sudden, image appeared to me here. It's a woman sitting. She's like sitting cross-legged, and she's on a cell phone. Man, she's really typing away on that cell phone. And then there's something here about digital energy. And this is causing this red on top and the blue on bottom, meaning very ungrounded. So whoever this message is for, you may be experiencing lots of ungrounded energy. Maybe this is what's been going on in your life. Maybe you're like, I have ADHD, right? So there's a little bit of an energy dynamic thing that's coming through in here, and he's saying wrong way. And he's saying wrong way, I'm seeing this. To me right now, this just looked like the chakras. So he's saying the wrong way, okay? What way? What's happening here? Okay, so there's something here about somebody's trying to use energy to ground energy. And that's a great way to ground excess energy. It's not a great way to make you a grounded person. What do I mean by that? So grounded energy as a human being comes from having stability, safety, and structure inside of your life. It's your root chakra, right? So this is the center that really needs to be healthy and activated in order for us to feel grounded inside of our lives. If we're inside of our mental area, or when we're inside the digital universe, it's going to be very hard to ground. Think about what a cell phone does, right? When you're on a cell phone, it's like, oh, so-and-so text, let me check it. Oh, notification, bing. Oh, look, I can go check my, news. I can go check my weather. Oh, let me go check my, Facebook or my social media, or all those things. By the way, those apps are of the devil. It makes me think of, you guys remember, not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. What was it? It was, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. And the babysitter's like, TV will rot your brain out. I think it was in that. That's what's coming to mind. Like, that's like what I'm hearing literally. It's like the cell phone will rot your brain out. And then I'm being told to look over. Oh my God. I did not see this in this card at all until I looked through the screen of my phone. I record on my phone, by the way. I'm seeing this as the eyes, and then these are the nerve endings that lead to your brain. And look how the brain looks like skull and crossbones almost. So there's something here about receiving. Oh yeah, okay. So they're saying the flashing lights. Something about the screens. I don't know if it's flashing lights. I don't know if cell phone screens actually flash the way that computers do. But there's something about the way that the lights are, and also there's something about the bing, 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 attention focus. Because what are we doing? Our brains have neuroplasticity, right? So they're learning how to be scatterbrained, essentially. Every time we're on our phones and we do the like scrolling, like we're teaching our brains to be scatterbrained. Oh, fascinating. Okay. I look up and I'm seeing a part on my Buy Me a Coffee page here because I have my my dashboard up, and it says start from scratch. So it's something about training the brain again by putting the phone down. So put the phone down. Okay, there's also something here about digital. Start from scratch. It's basically my shop section where you can get to create listings. It says start from scratch, digital product, and Instagram close friends access. So there's something about putting the phone down, stepping out of like that digital world. And if you're trying to connect with people, connect with them in the 3D. You know, those strong, stable social connections are part of what promote us feeling safe in the world. And that's what we need, that feeling of safety in the world, to have good grounding. I would highly recommend that you look into that for yourself, for your heart healing and for your heart health. Okay. But this energy dynamic wise today, we're talking about our stability. And so it's not necessarily required for our stability, but, oh, I just heard yes. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. We'll get to that. We'll see what that's about. And there's something here also about a violin. It's like an upside down violin or a cello, and I'm hearing like music, but the music is like, so it's like it's tuning our frequency to like a not great frequency, because it's a constructed frequency. Oh, interesting. I'm getting like all the chills. So I'm hearing some stuff that like you can notice that I'm hesitating just a little bit because I want to make sure that I'm hearing what I'm hearing. So there's something about this energy that is like ungrounding us, and this is creating a new frequency. It's like an artificial frequency, right? And I heard that this artificial frequency has to be grounded out by being human again. Okay, so going out in nature, understanding that your grounding doesn't come from energetically trying to ground. That's how you ground out excess energy. It's not how you call your psychic energy back, right? Because what's happening when you're in a digital universe, your thoughts are in this place that doesn't exist. That's a lot of energy to go to a place that doesn't exist. So you're leaking energy, you're leaking personal power. And this is where your psychic energy resides. It's in some place that is almost very matrix-like. That's how it feels right now. I'm feeling like almost this cage over my solar plexus as I'm talking about that. Oh, good God. Okay. Am I shuffling or am I pulling? Just pulling? Oh! So I'm saying this is like the solar plexus, and this is like the cage. So let's talk about the solar plexus a little bit. What is the solar plexus? For those of you who don't know what the solar plexus chakra controls, it's really like our I am. It's our identity of our authority and our authenticity here. So, if you're having like self-confidence issues, if you're feeling like you can't accomplish things inside of your life, if you feel like you don't trust your own decisions, if you're feeling like you're not able to calm your nervous system, if you're feeling like you're not powerful as an individual, if you're feeling like you're not necessarily connected to your own source, if you're having a hard time being authentic and expressing yourself, those are all solar plexus energies. And this is what we see sometimes when we have this ungroundedness in our life, because ungrounding is escape. What are you escaping from, right? When we're in an energy where we have the safety, we have the stability, we trust ourselves to keep ourselves safe, when we feel powerful, when we feel accomplished, when we feel like we don't have things to escape from. So for some of you, be mindful if you're using your cell phone and the digital world to kind of escape from your reality. You're going to want to turn back around and face your humanity and work on whatever it is inside your reality it is that you're escaping. For some of you, that's not something you're going to be able to work on. Maybe you're in a situation that you can't work on those things. Learning to create safety inside of yourself is going to be the key. Okay. Now, we're going to pull another card here, I'm told. Okay, so this is affecting directly. I'm seeing this as like our third eye here. It's affecting our third eye, and it's affecting our heart. Again, there's not the appropriate giving and receiving. I almost feel that whoever this message is for, it's like I do the bulk of my socializing over the internet, or through apps. And while there is some giving and receiving there, it's not the same as when you're sitting face to face to a person and you're having an open conversation with them, right? The warmth is not necessarily there. There's a whole other element that's taking place there. And your heart centers, so that's why they're saying that they are actually going to talk about that. Okay, your heart center requires those connections. So one of the things that's happening here is that I would really look at how certain things are affecting our health. For example, when we're this ungrounded, a lot of people can be super underweight, or a lot of people can be overweight, because it's the body's way of trying to ground themselves. Some people, when they have like these like headaches, right, is going to be one thing that a person starts to have here, or they start to get paranoid, or they start to get super judgmental. So there's little things that you can look at, and you can kind of compare notes and see if there's evidence for you. If you feel that this is your reading, then you're really going to want to start working on your nervous system, feeling safer inside your body, feeling safer inside your environment, creating more security inside of your life, getting a job that makes you feel secure, having relationships that make you feel secure. Not that your security should come from external things. They should always originate within yourself. But if you have an unstable living situation, it's going to impact your root chakra. And so you want to have kind of that secure environment around you. This is all affecting the solar plexus in ways that I feel like a person has not necessarily understood. It's like how you're caging your godhood. Okay. So, and that's what anything that distracts us, anything that we put that much time and energy into does. If you need to see something, oh my God, turn on your phone, that thingamajigger, I don't even know where it is. Like, I'm so not a phone person or tech savvy, where it basically logs the time that you spend on different apps and how much screen time you actually have. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even use my phone that much, and I'll look at it and be like, what? There's no way. There's no way. And so yeah, there's something about that. And I can definitely tell you out of personal experience, when I started this channel and I started having to check my phone more, I became really ungrounded. So I can definitely see some of what this reading is saying from my own life. And I don't know that I necessarily put two and two together in all these ways. There's also something else coming through. They're saying, okay, oh no. Okay, so let's talk about this color. This magenta color is directly associated with a chakra that's at the base of the skull. It's not the back of your throat, it's the base of your skull. And I don't think that it has a name. I've never seen a name in Vedic scriptures for this. So if you do know what it is, let me know. But basically, people who have this activated, they channel really well. And they also march to the beat of their own drum. They're not afraid to let their freak flag fly, right? So that crazy cat lady down the street that's always wearing like purple pajamas and like, bright green purses with her purple pajamas and her pearls, she's probably got some of this going on. I do tend to see it open more in older individuals who stop caring. So all you women in menopause who stopped giving any F's, don't be mad about it. You're in your queen era, okay? You're in your queen era. So this is where people really own their identity, and this requires like a healthy solar plexus. But what's happening here is I'm seeing this as a feedback loop. So this isn't able to express. It's like the entrapment of our solar plexus is causing this energy to just be stagnant. So we can kind of see this in, for example, how people follow, right? A lot of people need hand-holding. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just, it is what it is. A lot of people are afraid to make their own decisions. A lot of people need other people to approve of them or to confirm them to them. And I don't mean like, the occasional confirmation that you need, but some people, they need it for like every single decision that they make. And that's because this is taking place. This is where we're not able to really stand in our own true nature, right? And this is, so for example, we can see this as society as a whole. Like, how many of those, people get on bandwagons, man. Like, I feel like when in 50 years in the future, hopefully we get our heads out of our asses. People are going to look back and they're going to look at our generation. They're going to think, man, like those people, that was a generation of like, we know the media is lying to us about a lot of things, but we're going to trust the media when they get us on a bandwagon. The cause that we're fighting for might be good. Let's take a step back and recognize how maybe this is being controlled. In what way could this be being used? Because that's what this energy is saying here, is in the thinking that we're expressing, in the thinking that we're doing something unique, in the thinking that we're doing something sometimes altruistic. It's actually a feedback loop of some kind, and it's all stemming from something artificial that is happening here. When you have the third eye and you have the brain showing up this way, that's mind control. Okay, so I've never done a reading like this on this channel. I've never had a message like this come through. But, I think it's about time. I think this is good. And it'll be off-putting to some of you, and that's absolutely fine. This might be where we part ways. That's totally fine. But yeah, this is definitely showing me something about mind control. And it doesn't even have to be insidious, right? Obviously, I think a lot of us understand that that's happening. But, even taking the insidiousness out of it, let's put it in a different lens. It's basically self-hypnosis, right? Where we're going into this phase where we're in the zone. We get, caught scrolling, and, how many of y'all get high before you do it, right? Any kind of psychedelic, even if it's something that's lightly psychedelic, it's used for reprogramming. It's used for reprogramming the mind. And so what you're focusing on while you're doing those things are things that you're basically putting into your brain as like a new code. So that's why some people who smoke a lot, if you notice that they like watch news, like they really get up in arms because they're basically brainwashing themselves. So it's, that can be used for good things too. Like, if you have affirmations that you really love, and you're somebody who, you do enjoy partaking, and you listen to those affirmations when you're partaking, that's a positive way to use that experience. But what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing something a little bit more negative that's causing some ungrounding, and quite possibly some anger, like a lot of anger that is also ungrounding somebody here when we get into those darker reds. So yeah, this is just like a little nudge from the other side, like, hey, if it's doing this to you, it's not good. Okay, so just pay attention to that. If it's something that's taking your personal power away, it's making you feel like a victim, it's making you feel helpless, there's another way. There's another way to go about it. Okay, so whoever this message is for, I wish you the best of luck with this. And if this resonated with you, feel free to leave a comment. And until next time.